Here's the thing, you guys, about predictions. Piero Rodriguez has already beat Sam Hughes. This is an unnecessary rematch. Piero Rodriguez only has one real loss in the UFC. Ariane Colasetti, whatever the fuck her name is. That was a DQ, so it doesn't count. Of course, she was winning before that. Her only loss is to Jilliana Robertson. Okay, Sam Hughes has lost to Piero Rodriguez before. She's also lost to Yasmin Urigue. Okay? And Luana Pinheiro, and Luna Lubumi, and Tisha Pennington. Like, she's got a lot of losses in the UFC. Alright? Like, close on even record in the UFC. Piero Rodriguez only has one real loss in the UFC. He's already beaten Sam Hughes. I think that she's gonna do the same thing. I think they're both better. I think they've both gotten better since their fight in 2022. I think it's gonna be a close, competitive WMA fight. Maybe Sam Hughes gets close on a submission, but we find out, well, she's not Jilliana fucking Robertson, so I don't think she's gonna get the sub. And plus, that's her only real loss, not just in the UFC, but in her career. So not including the DQ, she's really 11-1. Sam Hughes 11-6. Like, I don't know, it's just a safe pick. I think Pereira is. She's beat her before. I think she's gonna do the same thing again. I think maybe Sam Hughes, I think she's gonna need a submission, but I don't think she can get it. She's not Jilliana Robertson. All right. Now for this fight, we got Luan Lacerda versus Hector Sosa. Hector Sosa is a decent prospect off a Contender Series. They won his Contender Series fight by decision. Okay. Luan Lacerda. This guy, he's 0-2 in the UFC. Came from LFA, right? Those guys generally aren't that great. He lost to Damon Blackshear and Cody Stamann. Alright. He lost to old Cody Stamann and he lost to Damon Blackshear. Losing to Damon Blackshear is fine. But he got TKO'd by Damon Blackshear. He, clearly lost to Cody Stamann. I think Hector Sosa is a decent prospect. I don't think he's going to be able to KO him. I don't think he's Damon Blackshear. But I think he is going to be able to beat him to decision, similarly to how he beat Maxine Lee. Alright? So, yeah, I'm going with Hector Sosa decision. And I'm going with Bia Mosquito. She's going to be a mosquito. And she's going to sting her with the rear naked choke or something, okay? That's what she's going to do. Alright, all of her wins are by finish. She has no decision wins. And we saw her against Irina Alekseeva. And Montserrat Ratone's a step down from Irina Alekseeva. She is. She just stepped down. She's not that good. And I think Bia's going to be able... I think this is, another layup fight. I think they're really trying to promote Bia Mosquito. And they're like, all right, let's get her another highlight reel finish. And I think that's what she's going to do. I think she's going to dominate her in the grappling in round 1 and be able to easily get a submission on her in round 2. I don't think she's going to have any issue there. This fight, you got the Apex Warriors, Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. Look, this is honestly, this is a hard fight to predict, low-key, man. Eric Anders recently, he's only losing to good guys, man. Brad Tavares, he lost to Robert Brychek. He's only really losing to... Here's the thing with Brad Tavares. He lost to Bruno Silva in 2023. That's a shit look. It's age bad. He got KO'd by Robert Brychek. He beat he took GM3 to a decision. He took him to a decision. GM3 to a decision. I think Eric Anders would KO GM3. I think he'll look great in the Chris Weidman fight. I know Weidman's washed, but still. And Christian Leroy Duncan, he's literally fighting a ranked contender, so that's fine. Marc-Andre Barrios had a close-ass fight, had a close competitive war with Shara Magomedov. All right, Jung Park. They both lost to Jung Park. All right, and He's got to win over Kyle Dawkins, man. That's aged well. That's seriously aged well. And I think Brad Tavares' chin is on a downward spiral. He got knocked out bad and took a lot of damage in that fight with Robert Brycek. Been KO'd twice in the past couple of years. I think Eric Anders is going to get a knockout win sometime in mid-round 2. I think it's going to be a pretty solid fight. I think Brad is going to look worse than normal. I think it's going to be, Brad. Like it's going to be similar to the Weidman fight, only it's not going to be, like, that one-sided. It's not, like, we're going to be like, okay, yeah, Eric is definitely working his way into this one real well. But I think it's going to be similar to the Weidman performance, only not as, like, dominant and easy. Eric Anders by round 2 KO. I got Manuel Souza to beat Balaji Oki by decision. I do. I think Balaji Oki's fine. I think he's fine. Michael Aswell Jr., he just beat a dude with the broken hand. That's what Michael Aswell Jr. did.
Balaji, he beat Timmy Kawamba, man. People forget. He beat Dylan Salvador.
He got guillotined by Chris Duncan, and he got messed up by Mason Jones. Okay, look, he did decent against Mason Jones early. The thing about Balaji Oki, he's got half a round of a gas tank, and I think he's going to gas. I think he's going to maybe win round 1 off of damage. Maybe get a knockdown. He's going to come out explosive early. Try and get a KO in round 1. Maybe he knocks down Souza. Maybe he hurts him. Wins round 1. But then he starts gassing. And Manuel Souza just picks him apart. And just messes him up. I think he picks him apart. I think he messes him up. And I think he beats him 29-27 decision. 29-27. Alright. I don't think Manuel Souza's no Mason Jones. I don't think he's gonna finish him. I don't know why. I just don't think he's gonna finish him. I think Balaji Oki, although I said he's gonna gas, I think his gas tank is gonna look a little bit better than normal. And I think he's going to be able to last for 3 rounds. He's still going to lose, but I think he's going to be able to last for 3 rounds against Manuel Souza. Okay, because, I think Manuel Souza is, on the same level as Balaji Oki, so I don't think he's going to be able to, be able to capitalize the same way that Mason Jones and Chris Duncan were able to capitalize on his mistakes, if that makes sense. Elijah Smith is going to knock out Su Young-Yu. Okay. Look, Su Young-Yu, he beat Long Zhao. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, he beat the great Long Zhao, folks.
Yeah, he's getting chinned. He's got chinned before in 2023. He's been really active. Elijah Smith just KO'd Toshiomi Kazama. Looked real good in that Vince Morales fight. And the Aaron Top Fighting Contender Series. Elijah Smith just looks like a good UFC fighter. He might be a good UFC fighter. I don't think Su Young-Yu is. I think he's decent at best. I think he's decent. I think he's fine. But I think Elijah Smith's good, man. And he's got high finishing potential. Here, I think. I think I'm going to go with him by around TKO. Yeah. TKO. With ground and pound, I guess. Yeah. He's going to hurt him, knock him down. We'll finish with some ground and pound. Yeah, and now Vitor Petrino, I think he's submitting Steven Asplunder. Alright, Steven Asplunder is not that good, okay? He had a hard time with Sean Sheriff. He got bloodied up. I know round 2 and the finish was crazy and dominant, so high output, right? He overwhelmed Sean Sheriff. But he was taking a lot of damage against Sean fucking Sheriff. Come on, Vitor Petrino with his lighter man skill. How is Steven Asplund a fucking favorite here?
Oh, well, you lost to Anthony Smith, man.
Yeah, a guillotine. Via guillotine. Smith had good offensive jiu-jitsu. He just did. That was like the one thing that he had. All right, and Dustin Jacoby is ranked at light heavyweight. Rightfully so. Dustin Jacoby's really good. All right. Choked out Austin Lane. And KO Thomas Peterson. Those are both guys that will give Steven Asplund a tough time. Okay. Austin Lane and Thomas Peterson. Maybe not as much Austin Lane, but Thomas Peterson. I'd probably pick Thomas Peterson to beat Steven Asplund. Okay, maybe not, but maybe. Maybe. Steven Asplund looks like shit. Okay? He doesn't have power. He has cardio, and he has output. You're not going to be able to fight like that against Vitor Petrino. He's going to either chin your ass early, or maybe the volume's going to be a little bit of an issue, and he's going to take you down, and he's going to submit you with ease. He's going to submit this fat tubby guy. Okay? I really think he is. Round 2. I'm confident in Vitor Petrino. I'd rather Steven Asplund win. I like Steven Asplund. But I don't think he's making it past Vitor Petrino. It's a great matchup, though. That's going to be a sick fight. I think Mike Tybeck-Orba is going to beat Chris Curtis by decision. Okay. But imagine if he submits Chris Curtis. That'd be insane. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be insane. Nah, he could definitely do it, but I don't think he is. I think he's going to beat him up for 3 rounds, though. Chris Curtis is not in his prime anymore. We saw that in his, a little amount of resistance in the Roman Kopylov fight. You know, we saw it in the Max Griffin fight. He's a little more hesitant. He's not an action man. Not as much anymore. That's for sure. He's calming down. He's chilling out. You know, it's not the same guy. This isn't the same guy who KO Joaquin Buckley, dude. Okay? It's not the same guy who beat Mark Andre Barriel, dude. All right? It's the same guy. This isn't the same guy who KO Brendan Allen, dude. All right? He's past his prime. He's out welterweight. And Mike Tybeck-Orba has got that lighter man skill. Chris Curtis has mostly been fighting at middleweight, fighting middleweights. Mike Tybeck-Orba is coming up from lightweight. And I don't even really think he's going to have, a size disadvantage. He had a big ass frame for lightweight, and he's got a decent frame for welterweight, too. I think Orba is going to be able to keep up with him enough on the feet, and I think he's going to use his offensive grappling to his advantage. I think he's going to be able to use his offensive grappling to his advantage. Yeah. And get this one done by decision. I think he's going to put on a display performance. I think Mike Tybeck-Orba is constantly getting better. And I think we're really going to see that in this fight. So I think he's going to go to a decision. And I think for 3 rounds, we're really going to see what it looks like when Mike Tybeck-Orba just does his fucking thing for 3 rounds at welterweight. I think Bruno Silva's gonna submit Charles Johnson. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I genuinely think this. Look, should Charles Johnson beat him by decision? Yes. Oh, well, why don't you think he can KO him? Okay, here's the thing. Is he KOing Joshua Van and Loner Kavanaugh? Yes. But Bruno Silva ain't like those guys, right? Charles Johnson's going to, competitive decisions with the Suma Dwarjis and the Jake Hadleys and the Azat Maxims. Okay. Wait, Bruno Silva's grappling threat, because Loner and Loner and Van were fighting him on the feet. There was no grappling threat. They were not taking it to the ground at all. They were striking. They're strikers. Bruno Silva, he's good at finishing on the feet and on the ground. Let's not forget his 4-fight KO win streak at flyweight in the UFC.
Oh, wow, he lost to David Dvorak, dude, oh, wow.
In 2020, okay? And it's not like it was crazy name,
Tyson Nam,
Victor Rodriguez, but it's still 4 straight KOs as a flyweight in the UFC, Right? One of them's over Cody Durden, who was ranked at one point. Cody Durden's not really that good. But still, all right? Nigel Jargle, Tumen Temporel couldn't come close to finishing him, and he's a good prospect, okay? And Bruno Silva, look, his losses, what are his recent losses? Oh, wow. Joshua Van and Manel Cap. Oh, wow. Two guys that would beat Charles Johnson. Yeah, I know Johnson already beat Van, but hey, that's different, okay? It's a different situation now. Van's at the top of the division. But Bruno Silva, look, here's the thing. I don't think Bruno Silva is going to lose to Charles Johnson because I think Charles Johnson is the king at fumbling the bag. Because Charles Johnson, Bruno Silva beat Cody Durden? Well, he lost to Cody Durden. And how far last of him and O'Day Osborne. Now, that was 3 years ago. Another thing about this guy is Charles Johnson is incredibly active. And I don't think that's to his advantage. He just fought not even 2 months ago and got KO'd. He got KO'd less than 2 months ago. Bruno Silva is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy. I don't think that's going to do well for him to be coming off that knockout loss and to be this active against finisher like Bruno Silva. I think Bruno Silva is going to be able to hurt him. And I think he's going to be able to get a submission in round 2. Bruno Silva, round 2 submission. I just think Umar Sy is better. I'm serious. I just think Umar Sy is better. Ian Cutelaba is fine. And he lost to Modestas Pakeka. He's beating Ebo Aslan and Ivan Urslan. Again. Even Tanner Bozer. He's losing to Felipe Lins. Okay. He doesn't beat anyone good. He doesn't, he beat Khalil back in 2019. Wow. Back when Khalil wasn't even good. Cool. 6 years. He beat Khalil 7 years ago. Amazing. What are his recent wins? Tanner Boser, Ivan Urslan, and Ebo Aslan. Right? And his recent relevant losses, Modestas Pakauskas and Felipe fucking Lins. And Kenny Ndechku. Umar Sy would school them all. Maybe not Modestas Pakauskas, but he probably beat Modestas. Umar Sy is good. Okay. I know he had that shit fight with Alonzo Menifield. That was a one-time thing. If they had a rematch, I think Sy will win. I think Sy's a good prospect. I think he's getting better. I think he's, a good, French kickboxer. He's good at what he does. I think he's going to be able to get this one done by decision. I think he's going to be able to school Ian Cutelaba. No. Ian Cutelaba is losing Modestas, Felipe. Okay, you know what? I think Umar's going to show him some levels on the feet, and I think he's going to get a TKO. I'm very confident that Umar Sy is going to win this fight. Umar Sy's only loss is to Alonzo Menifield. Alonzo Menifield would do dirty things to Ian Cutelaba. I'm sorry, he just would. And Umar and Alonzo are on the same exact level. Okay, they're on the same exact level. But I think Umar Sy is going to be getting his second knockout win in the UFC over Ian Cutelaba in round 2. Now, moving on to Harry Hardwick versus Marwan Rahiki. Look, Marwan Rahiki, I know he's a good prospect coming out of Australia. He can use the low kicks and, Look, he's not Caio Fernandez. Let's just be real. Marwan Rahiki, I know he's a good prospect, but he ain't no Caio Fernandez. Okay. Harry Hardwick, he's got a big experience advantage. He's fought on Cage Warriors. This guy's fought on Cage Warriors for years. For years and years and years. Marwan's just out here chinning cans. I think he's going to try and chin Hardwick, but I think he's going to gas himself the fuck out. Because I don't think it's going to work. I think Harry's going to be a little too crafty for him. And I think he's going to craft himself up a close 29-28 decision. That's what I think Harry's going to do here. Right? I think he's going to be busted up a little bit. The thing is, Harry's not that good. He's not that good, but, dude, he's back at his, his normal weight class now. Harry's back at, he's back at, featherweight. He's not up at lightweight on, 2 weeks' notice or whatever it was, fighting Cowboy Fernandez. Okay? You can't judge him based off that. Guy up a weight class, 2 weeks' notice, against a guy who is really good, against a guy who for some reason isn't getting any fighters close to the rankings. Cowboy Fernandez might be the most disrespected unranked lightweight right now in the UFC. Jose Delgado. My boy Andre Fila is going to get slept. I hate this matchup. But, bro, it's just a layup for Delgado. I say it like that, but, it's going to be, it's going to be his best win. Andre Fila is going to be his best win. I think it's a better one than Hyder Emil. Okay? After that C-Rod performance, I don't know, man. After that C-Rod performance, after that Swanson performance. But, yeah, I just think Delgado is going to chin him. I think he's going to chin him. I think he beat Nathaniel Wood. I think he just got robbed. But for some reason, even though he got robbed, he was, I know I didn't get robbed, I lost, and I have to get better now. That's a scary thought process. So this guy's got a killer mindset, and I think he's going to kill my boy Andre Fili. I think it's going to be spectacular. I think I'm going to simultaneously be upset about Fili losing, and I'm sure I'll become a Jose Delgado fan. He's a good prospect. I like the dude. Amanda Lemos is going to beat Jillian Robertson. Look, I want Jillian Robertson to be at the top of, the women's strawweight division as much as the next person. All right, I like Jillian Robertson. She's one of the few fun WMMA fighters and one of the few fun ranked WMMA fighters. But she's losing to Tabitha Ricci. Okay. That is a thing. I know she's been on a little run recently, She's on a little 4-fight win streak. It's nice. From the past couple of years, she's been doing real good. She's been getting a lot better, but I don't know. It's just Amanda Lemos. She's only losing to Tatiana Suarez and Verna Generoba. They competed for titles. But she did get submitted, and she did. You know what? No. I'm changing my pick. You know why? Because, the thing about Tatiana Suarez and Verna Generoba, what do they have in common? They both dominated her in the grappling. Amanda Lemos doesn't have that great grappling. She gets dominated in the grappling by people. Right? She got choked out by Jessica Andrade. Right? I think that Jillian Robertson is going to be able to grapple her way to a decision, but I think it's going to be tough for her on the feet, and I think she's going to get a little bit busted up. I think it's going to be, kind of exciting early on. Lemos is piecing her up a little bit on the feet. Jillian Robertson's, starting scrambles and grappling exchanges and getting top position. And then it's just going to be, Jillian Robertson's on top again. She's on top again. She's hunting for submissions again. She's on top again. She's in this position now. I'm going to go 29-28, maybe 30-27 decision for Jillian Robertson. Now, Josh Emmett. I think he's going to get KO'd here. Think he's going to get KO'd here by Kevin Vallejos, man. I don't know why I said it like that, but, I think Kevin Vallejos is going to get it done, man. I don't know why I'm doing Rob Rosas Jr. impression, man. But I just really think that he's a good prospect, man. Yeah, he, we knocked out Giga Chikadze. That was nice. Round 2. Had some, I don't know if I want to say issues in round 1 with Giga, but, Wasn't the most dominant leading up to that. Beat up on Danny Silva. I think he's got a lot of power. And I also think that, well, his only loss is to Gene Silva on the Contender Series. So that's the thing. He's also really young, and he's got a lot of fights. Like, this dude, yeah, he is 20. So you're telling me, dude, this guy's like 25. No, 24. He's not even 25. He's 24 because it's not December yet. He's 24, and he's 17-1. It's a lot of experience for a young guy. I think he's going to be way too fast for old man, 42-year-old man Emmet. Oh my gosh. Dude, Josh Emmett was 18. Dude, this dude was an adult when Vallejos was booked. Yeah, I think he's got the athleticism advantage. I think he's got the skill advantage on the feet. I think he's got that power advantage. Josh Emmett's been KO'd before. I know. Oh, Ilya couldn't finish him, man. Ilya was being way too wary with Josh Emmett, and Ilya purposely put on a showcase. I think Ilya purposely put on a showcase. I think he was kind of being a little too, I don't want to say gun shy, but he just didn't. I don't know. He didn't want to get hit by Emmet. He didn't want to get hit by Emmet at all, and he just wanted to put on a crazy dominant performance and showcase, and it worked. You know, he beat the shit out of him everywhere. One of the most dominant decisions in UFC history. All right, he didn't finish him, but he did put on one of the most dominant decision wins in UFC history, right? On some Jones Glover shit. Right? If not more so. You know what? More so. Because there was a 10-7 round in there. So, yeah. The most dominant decision win in UFC history. That I could think of off the top of my head. Habib Barboza. But anyways. Jeremy Stephens, man. He got KO'd by Jeremy Stephens back in the day. Alright, I think Vallejos. I'm not saying he's a new Ilya. But kind of. He's a 5'7" guy in the lightweight division. Featherweight. He's getting KOs. He's young. He's a technical. He's got that technical marauder type of fight style. I think he's gonna be able to get this one done by knockout over Josh Emmett. I think Josh Emmett's too old and too slow for him. I'm gonna imagine if Emmet just KOs Vallejos, dude. My hype would just die for the featherweight division for a short bit. I'd be like, oh, wow. Cool. Thanks for cooking the rankings, Emmet. Screw you. Vallejos better win this. He's gonna chin him. I think he's gonna chin this guy. Anyways.